we had offered a debate between Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders a couple of days ago. We stepped it up a little bit yesterday by saying that we will put in $1 million to charity of their choice for Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders if they'll come on and debate on the Young Turks. And I just interviewed Senator Sanders, and he said he'd do it on ABC, CBS, or TYT. So I'll take that as a yes.
That's roughly what he said, yes.
He said those words. That's right. Those
in some order.
Yeah, in some order.
That's right. Yeah. So, like I said, I'll take it as a yes. Donald Trump just came out a little bit before we started the show and said no. He said, well, you know, I decided he's going to come in second, and I don't want to debate the guy who's going to come in second. So that would be his fourth or fifth flip-flop on this issue. I'm going to do it. No, that you have to put in money. No, okay, somebody did. I meant $10 million. No, I meant $15 million. No, I was just kidding. No, I'm serious, but I need the money to now finally, by the way, not finally, for the moment being, saying that he's not going to do it. You think he won't change his mind next week?
Yeah. It's inappropriate now. For some reason, when you're on the Jimmy Kimmel show, inappropriate things become appropriate. Then when you leave, inappropriate.
They asked him if he said, do you think you might change your mind on this? And he said, no, but maybe.
We still have the offer out there. And so now we're waiting on Donald Trump to say whether he'd come on. And I talked to some press over the last 24 hours. One of the interesting questions they had was, well, you guys have a progressive perspective, and you don't hide it, right? That's absolutely true. We don't hide it. So why should someone like Donald Trump come on and debate on your show? Okay, first of all, I've moderated cross-partisan debates before. We just did one for the open Florida Senate seat, Grayson versus Jolly, right? So it's perfectly normal. Second of all, how come nobody ever asks, hey, why does anybody go on Fox News? They're openly conservative. How dare they do a debate? Yep. In fact, the reason this whole conversation started was because Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton were supposed to have a debate on Fox News, and neither one of them is conservative.
Yeah, but they were going to let Brett Baird, Chris Wallace, and Megyn Kelly host it, so they were going to diversify the panel.
Oh, I see, I see. No, but what's hilarious is that some of the news outlets pretend that they're not conservative. They're like, oh, it's Fox News, but they don't. But it's not O'Reilly, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I think I think one of the most effective things that the progressive push on the internet, led by this show and you, and and by Keith Olbermann when he was at MSNBC, was to make Americans, and by the Huffington Post for a long time too, to get the truth out about Fox News. Everybody gets it now, and it penetrated and it started being Media Matters definitely too, and it started being, but still. There are moments when you just forget, and it's in a campaign like this where Fox News somehow has managed to get itself in. Well, this debate's on ABC, and this one's on CBS, this one's on Fox News, this one's on CNN, this one's on CNBC. And you're like, no, wait. One of those is really not like the other. I'm not saying the others are great, but one of them is still not like the other.
Yeah, and so everybody thinks Fair and Balanced is a joke, but except for the news media, who then takes it super seriously and goes, no. Wallace and Brett Baird, we have memos from inside Fox News that say you should say these words. Yeah. You should call Obama a Marxist back in 2007, 2008 when he was running. That's what management does. The management doesn't do that here. I know, because I'm management. Okay? Everybody's got their own opinion, and they're allowed to have their opinion. There's never any notes on it or anything like that. But look, I don't mind Fox News.
The only person who gets notes on their opinion here is you.
I know. Everybody's always telling me, hey, this, that. Everybody's got an opinion.
Sometimes I'll get a derisive tweet from an employee, maybe, but you can see those.
Right. So, and I don't mind Fox News doing debates, but let's have an actual fair standard, right? And isn't it amazing that
I mind. No, I do. I think it's a big mistake, and I think that this is the news channel that created Donald Trump to put however many people were in this country, 100 million, 50 million, 800 million. I have no idea.
It's like 335 million, I think.
335 million.
Something like that.
And I thought it was 600 somehow. So let's put the 335 million, so you say, people in this country at risk of a Donald Trump presidency caused by that network opening their doors, their airwaves to him, to allow him to spout off nonsensically without ever being challenged. And then they host debates, and they just get listed as the debate host. No, it's not right.
To be fair, CNN and MSNBC have roughly let Trump do the same thing.
I got it, but they don't do it. As Bernie Sanders, who was just here, said, like it is not just about whether people do the same thing. It is the manner in which you lead, the way you say it, how you use the pulpit, and all of those, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, they all have a pulpit to advance an agenda. And I'm not going to defend the agendas which should be attacked of the other ones, but Fox is a different breed. And they not only let him come on, they let him come on. He says his most monstrous stuff on Fox, and they're like, because he knows the difference.
So what people are saying now about Trump is that we don't want to normalize Trump.
That's right.
Right? But what has happened with the other mainstream establishment news media is they've normalized Fox News. And they did it when they stood up for them to be included in the press room in the White House. They've done it by going on their shows. Like there's many Democrats who just normally show up on their Sunday shows and treat them like they're not complete propaganda. And that is the normalizing of Fox News. And what Donald Trump is, now they're normalizing Donald Trump, which is the Frankenstein created by Fox, the Fox Newsification of the Republican Party. So it's no, and if you look back in the tapes when Bob Dole was running for president in 1996, he seemed like a pretty centrist Democrat in today's terms, right? But then after 20 years of Fox News, now we have Donald Trump and the second choice, Ted Cruz. That's what happened to the Republican Party after 20 years of Fox News.
I know that Dole seemed like a centrist Republican back then because I voted for him.
He said centrist Democrats.
He's like a centrist Democrat today.
Oh, right.
There's no such thing as a centrist Republican right now, I don't think.
No,
That's right.
Although I think Dole has actually endorsed Trump. I believe I read that.
I know, but that's
very
because the
recently.
party has become so insane through the process you guys are explaining. But finally, look, my point is one about fairness. So, okay, you guys normalized Fox News, and not only are there Republican debates on Fox News, people are not, we almost had a Democratic debate on Fox News. Whereas when you ask for a progressive outlet, or an outlet that I think is actually fair and honest with the news, but has a progressive perspective to put on a debate, the mainstream media goes, oh, outrageous. Well, of course we can't have that.
Even having one
Right?
host with that stance
Yeah,
on a
it
debate.
became a slight issue that Rachel Maddow was in one of the debates. Like, why wouldn't she be allowed in a debate? Why is that even a conversation? But it's such a
Well, it did have an
perverse
effect
world.
with her and Bernie. Mm-hmm. She wasn't exactly even between those two.
Yeah, no, but look, that's the pressure that they create. Hey, make sure you pound on the liberals, otherwise we'll call you liberal and then disqualify you from any further debates, right? And that's preposterous. That's what we're trying to get you to do on the Young Turks. Open your mind a little bit and don't see it the way that it's been framed forever by the establishment media, that, if you have an establishment bias like CNN, that's great. If you have a conservative bias like Fox News, fine, no problem. But if you dare be a progressive, not allowed. And so we shouldn't have debates there. We shouldn't have conversations around it. And I think that's preposterous.